everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am at Newport High School in Newport, New Hampshire, here to bring you live coverage of today's high school football matchup between the visiting Monadnock Huskies and the hosting Newport Tigers. The clock reads about 3.5 minutes before we get this game underway, and it should be a good one. Two teams with some pretty good records in this weird season that is 2020. The Huskies coming into this game with a perfect 3-0 record thus far. They opened the season with a 28-20 win over Campbell on the road, then followed up with back-to-back home wins, 44-8 over Laconia, and 20-6 over cross-county rival Keene High School last week. Newport, meanwhile, has gone up to a 53-10 win over Moscoma on the road, then fell to Lebanon in a low-scoring contest on the road, 76, then bounced back at their first home game, a dominant 46-0 win over Fall Mountain. So two teams coming in with winning records, both hoping to expand to even better records. We'll see if the Huskies can remain 2.5 minutes. Huskies, of course, come in with a very run-heavy offense that operates most of its plays out of one of two different formations. Alright. I'm going to try and speak a little louder. I think I'm far enough with people. I might try taking my mask off just for a tick, just to see if people can hear me a little better. The wind is really something today. It's a pretty windy day out here in Newport, New Hampshire. So I'm going to try and speak a little louder. Thank you, WKFLD, for the notice that my sound wasn't coming through clear. I'm hoping it comes through a little better now. I've taken my mask off. I'm at least 6 feet away from everybody, so that should be safe. And I'm going to try and give you the best quality I can as the wind keeps gusting. Both teams are lined up on their respective sidelines now. We'll be expecting to hear from the PA announcers soon. Alright, so things are sounding a little better. I'm going to try and keep my voice up as best as I can. I know it's tough with the wind, and I probably need a better mic, but I'm going to do the best I can to bring you the clearest broadcast I can. Please feel free to let me know throughout the contest how things are sounding. If things start sounding bad, I'll do the best I can to try and keep things up to par here. So, clock reads about 45 seconds before we get this game underway. Nice afternoon matinee, once again, between the visiting Monadnock Huskies coming in with a 3-0 record and the hosting Newport Tigers. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan bringing you this Saturday afternoon football game, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be seeing some football. I hope you're happy to be listening to it. And we got about 12 seconds on the clock before we turn it over to the PA announcer for the opening announcements, probably a playing of the national anthem, and then we'll get to get this game underway. There's the buzzer, and I think the team captains are getting ready to come out for the opening coin toss. For Monadnock coming out are co-captains Dylan Cashman, Victor Latito, and Nate Doyle. Newport sends out its four captains. Those would be number 10, quarterback Marius Edwards, number 25, running back Josh Sharon, what appears to be number 85, Adam Whipple, and I think that's number 78, Adriano Urista. So the coin toss has been had. It looks like Monadnock will take the side on my left to start this game, while Newport starts on my right. The Huskies now trot out onto the field, getting ready to get this game underway. The Huskies will receive the opening kickoff from the Newport Tigers. They send running backs Justin Jocelyn and Aiden Hart back deep to receive the kick. And for Newport, it'll be the quarterback number 10, Marius Edwards, who will be kicking things off. Fun enough coincidence about both these teams, their kickers are also their quarterbacks. For Newport, it is Marius Edwards, and for Monadnock, of course, it is number 12, the senior Nate Doyle, who had himself a game against Keene High last week, connecting with Zion Carroll on 3 passes for 3 scores, which was all that Monadnock needed to win that game 20-6. All right, here we go. Opening kick is away. It bounces and then is scooped up, almost not scooped up, but scooped up by Justin Jocelyn. He scoots around one tackler, pushes ahead, drags the guy a couple yards, and gets to almost the 25. So here we go for the first offensive possession of the game. Monadnock starting at their own 25-yard line. Monadnock comes out for 1st and 10. They come out in the wishbone. Nate Doyle under center. Hayden Haddock, the fullback. The running backs, Justin Jocelyn and Aiden Hart. Here's the snap. Give to Jocelyn. He runs to the left. Pushes ahead. Keeps pushing. And he gets a nice gain there. About 4 yards, I'd say. 3 or 4, depending on the spot. Some nice pushing there from both Jocelyn himself as well as the Monadnock lineman. That's the thing about this run-heavy team. They really love to win the game in the trenches. They got some strong linemen to do that. Guys like Dylan Cashman, Luke Weston, Jack Lorenz, Vic Latito. Snap out of the wishbone. Once again, they give to Aiden Hart this time. He runs to the right. Short gain, maybe 1 or 2 yards. So 3rd down and 5 at the 30-yard line. For Monadnock, big play here. They're deep in their own end. Depending on how close they are to the 1st down marker after this play, it might end up being a situation where they have to punt the ball away. Monadnock is a team that does not like to punt. Not that anyone does, but especially not this team. They come out in the wishbone once again. Doyle takes a snap, gives to Jocelyn. Jocelyn hits the line, pushes through, trying to keep push. We got a dog pile pushing. Oh, I think they got him the 1st down. That was a classic blue-collar play right there. Jocelyn hit the line. He escaped first contact, but then he got ganged up on by a few tacklers, but his linemen were right there to back him up and keep pushing him forward to the 1st down marker. The Huskies now at their own 38-yard line. They come out in the wishbone once again, trying to keep the march going downfield. The snap, give to Jocelyn. Jocelyn cuts up the middle. Again, he pushes forward for a nice gain, about 5 or 6 yards. He got a nice hole from his lineman and then kept pushing through 1st and even 2nd contact. That's the thing about those kind of rough and tumble, up-the-gut running backs that can run over a couple of tacklers. They wear down defenses. Whether they're getting short or long gains to start the game, they're the kind of running backs that wear an opponent down as the game goes on. Monadnock coming out in the wishbone once again. This time to give us to Aiden Hart, and he gets smushed behind the line. Big defensive play by the Tigers. That was Josh Sharon, one of the primary backs and one of the co-captains, on the tackle there with a little help as well from number 13, Chase Hamilton. So now it'll be 3rd down, about 5 to go after about a 2 or 3 yard loss there. They come out in the wishbone, give to Jocelyn. Jocelyn's got some space, but oh, a nice cleanly wrapped up on the tackle there. A nice tackle there by the Newport defender. I think that might have been Marius Edwards. Either that or number 7, Bryce Wiley. So it'll be 4th and short here near midfield. 4th and 1 at the 47-yard line, and they're going to go for it. Exciting play here. They come out in the wishbone. Doyle takes a snap. Give to Jocelyn. Oh, they might have stopped him. I think they stopped him. And I believe that was Josh Sharon once again who broke through and made the tackle on Jocelyn. Huge stop for the Tigers. And they will take over on downs. They take over in Monadnock territory after the turnover on downs there. So Newport will be starting on the Monadnock 46-yard line with 8:39 on the clock here in the first quarter. Edwards takes the snap, the give out of the I formation, and piles ahead for about 2 yards. That was number 26, Jagger Lovely, on the carry. So it'll be 2nd and 8 from the Monadnock 44-yard line. During warm-ups, I saw Newport practicing a bunch of different formations. We'll see what they come out of. Second and 8. Edwards takes the snap, toss to his left. Guy cuts in, finds a hole, and runs ahead close to the first down. I believe that was Lovely again. Yes, that was Jagger Lovely who took the toss out to his left. Found a nice hole to run through. Some good work by his blockers. That gets them down to the Monadnock 38 to set up 3rd and 2. They're definitely in 4-down territory here, so Monadnock defense is going to be looking to make a big play here. Newport comes out in the I. Edwards takes the snap, give to the fullback. He gusts up the middle. Oh, he's got some space, and he gets dragged down by Monadnock Zion Carroll. A nice play out of the secondary. That was Sharon again. Josh Sharon has come up with some big plays on both sides to start things off. And now they are deep inside Monadnock territory. They got to about the 24-23 after a 15-yard run up the gut by Josh Sharon. So now, with 1st and 10 at the Monadnock 23 as the wind gusts up a little bit. They come out in the I. Edwards takes a snap, give to Lovely. He runs to his right and gets a gain of about 4. So it'll be 2nd down, and they're going to say it was a 3-yard gain, so 2nd down and 7. They are at the 20-yard line now. Newport threatening early in this game after the turnover on downs by the Huskies, and now Newport coming out in shotgun. Snap to Edwards. He takes it to his right. He's got a bit of a hole. He keeps dragging a couple of defenders. He's pushing the pile. He keeps going. He fumbled the football. Oh, but it's picked up by... Oh, it's fumbled again and picked up by another Newport player. They go into the end zone. That's Josh Sharon. How to even explain that? Edwards took the snap out of the shotgun, ran to his right, found a hole, ran into a pile of defenders, kept dragging it until the ball was punched out. Another player almost picked it up, but it was juggled, and then it was ultimately scooped up by Josh Sharon, who had space and just took it into the end zone. So first score goes to the Newport Tigers, as they now lead the Monadnock Huskies 6-0 as they get ready for the extra points. With 6:16 left in the first quarter, the score Newport 6, Monadnock 0. And it looks like they'll be going for the extra point kick. Edwards lining up for the PAT. Here's the snap, ball down, pick up, and it's blocked. I believe that was Justin Jocelyn who came through on the block there. No chance. He was so close to the ball, he practically blocked it with his knees. Newport takes the 6-0 lead after the failed PAT. 6:16 left in the first period. And Monadnock will see the kickoff. Tough way to start for Monadnock. They had started marching up the field. They had a 4th and 1 at their own 47. Newport came up with a big stop on a tackle by Josh Sharon. And then they marched down the field with a few big runs, culminating culminating in a fumble recovery touchdown on the offense by Sharon. So Marius Edwards getting ready to kick off. Jocelyn and Hart back deep. Edwards with the kick. It floats, it bounces back, it bounces all the way back into the end zone, and it's a touchback. So the wind might have been helping the kick a little bit on that one, as it is blowing towards the Monadnock end. It'll be 1st and 10 at Monadnock's 20-yard line. Monadnock comes back out in their signature wishbone. Doyle, the quarterback, Haddock, the fullback, Jocelyn and Hart, the running backs. The snap, it's a fake. Doyle drops back and has to throw as he was getting wrapped up by number 13, Chase Hamilton. Play action there didn't quite work, as Doyle was being chased down and wrapped up. He had to chuck it away in desperation. Luckily, it was near enough to somebody, so not intentional grounding. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now, for the first time, Monadnock comes out in the flex bone. Haddock, the fullback, behind Doyle. Jocelyn goes in motion from the strong side, gets the toss from Doyle. He runs out to the left and, gets dragged down for about a gain of 1. Looks like one of the Newport players was a little sore in the arm. I believe that's Wiley, who was holding his right arm after that play. Bryce Wiley, who was on the defensive effort there. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the 21-yard line. Monadnock comes out in the wishbone. Or no, that's the flex bone, my bad. Doyle takes a snap, drops back, looks to throw, and he gets sacked. I believe that was Hamilton. That was Chase Hamilton who came in on the sack. He came from the strong side, from Doyle's right, and wrapped him up. Doyle couldn't find an open receiver in time. So 4th down at about 13 from Monadnock's 18-yard line, and they will be punting this one away. So Nate Doyle getting ready to punt. He takes the snap, boots it away, gets a favorable bounce. It's bouncing close to midfield. Looks like it's going to roll to about between the 47 and 48-yard line. So about the 47 and a half. They're going to place it at the 47. So Newport takes over with 4:35 left in the first quarter and a 6-0 lead. The Tigers come out in the eye. Marius Edwards, the quarterback, Josh Sharon, the fullback, and I believe it is Lovely, the running back. They give to Lovely, who goes up the middle and piles ahead for a gain of about 8. Jagger Lovely with a nice gain there for Newport. Gets them from the 47 down to the 41, so a gain of about 5 or 6. It is 2nd and 5. They come out in the eye once again. Edwards takes the snap. The give, runs to his right, and gets wrapped up. I think that was number 29. Perhaps I'm reading the number wrong. Not sure who that was on the carry, but well wrapped up by the Monadnock defense for no gain. Might have even lost a yard. Yeah, I think they lost a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 6 at the Monadnock 42. 6. Edwards takes a snap, toss to the left, breaks through one tackle, but can't break through the gang as they take him down, led by Monadnock's number 2. That is Ethan Jarvis, who held on and allowed his friends to come in and help for a nice stop for no gain. So it'll be 4th and 6 at the 42. They are in 4-down territory as they are in the Monadnock end. The give, I believe, was to Newport's number 29, who unfortunately is not on the roster that was given to me. Newport coming out in the shotgun for 4th and 6. Edwards takes the snap, drops back, rolling to his right, trying to get away from the pressure. He's being chased by Aiden Hart, and he has to throw it away. Aiden Hart coming from the weak side with some also coming on the pass rush were Ethan Jarvis and Victor Latito, and they force the turnover on downs. Big defensive stop for the Huskies. So now Monadnock going to be trying to get their offense moving with 2:38 left. Oh, are they going to say that was grounding? I think they penalized him for intentional grounding. I mean, he threw it away, but he was well outside the pocket, so maybe it went out of bounds before it crossed the line of scrimmage? I'm not sure, but either way, this seems to be an advantageous situation for Monadnock. Yeah, this is very advantageous for Monadnock. They're going to be starting the ball instead of starting at about their own 40, 42-yard line, they're starting at the Newport 40. So Monadnock, 1st and 10 at the opposing 40-yard line. They come out in the wishbone. Snap, give to Jocelyn. Cuts up the middle, tries to push the pile a little bit, gets a gain of about 2 or 3. The Husky offense ran into an absolute wall their last possession, finished with a net of -3 yards after a big 3rd down sack by Chase Hamilton on Nate Doyle. They'll be hoping to move the ball a little better this time. 2nd and 8 at the Newport 38-yard line. They come out in the flex bone this time. Hart goes in motion from the weak side, gets the give, goes up the middle, runs into the pile, trying to push ahead for an extra yard or 2. And another short gain of about 2 or 3 yards. That's going to set up 3rd and I believe 5. 3rd and about 4 or 5 from the 35-yard line. So the Huskies looking for a big conversion here. They are definitely in 4-down territory. They come out in the flex bone once again. Jocelyn in motion from the strong side. They fake the give, draw to Carroll. Caught by Zion Carroll. He stays on his feet. He lost the ball! He lost the football and it's picked up. No, it's not picked up and it's blown out of bounds. A gust of wind for the Huskies. As Zion Carroll fumbled the ball, it was almost scooped up by Josh Sharon, but it skipped away from his hands and got blown out of bounds. And on top of that, there's a flag. I'm not sure who it's on, as the umpires are conferring to figure out what the flag was. It was a play-action pass to Zion Carroll on a quick slant. He was trying to break out of the tackle of the cornerback who was covering him. He lost the football, and it looks like Josh Sharon was going to have another clean fumble recovery. We got a personal foul call. Face mask on Newport. So even if they had scooped up the fumble, it doesn't matter. So the Huskies had come up with a big 1st down play, but they get even more yards off another huge penalty by Newport. First, the intentional grounding on the offense, and now the face mask call on the defense. They get moved all the way down to the Newport 15-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. They come out in the flex bone once again. Jocelyn in motion from the strong side. Take the snap. They give to Haddock. Haddock goes right up the middle. He's got an opening. He goes for a nice big gain. That might have gone for about 6, 7, or 8 yards. He had the hole up the middle. Good play call there. I think he went for about 9 yards. So Hayden Haddock, the fullback, gets his first carry of the game, and he had a big hole to run through up the middle. It'll be second and about 1, I believe, as they go all the way down to the Newport 6-yard line. Huskies come out in the flex bone. Once again, it's been working wonders for them this drive. Jocelyn comes in motion from the strong side, and he gets the give from Doyle, and he pushes ahead and gets taken down, but not before getting a first down. So it'll be first and goal to go for the Huskies, as they are now at the Newport 2-yard line after a 4-yard push by Justin Jocelyn. The Huskies aiming to even the score. They are 2 yards away from a tie ball game and a chance to take the lead. They've been working that flex bone formation to perfection so far this drive, giving a variety of different looks, whether it be handoffs to Jocelyn and Hart, play action into a throw to Zion Carroll, or a give up the middle to Hayden Haddock, the fullback. And after the buzzer, that ends the first quarter. The score, Newport 6, Monadnock 0, but Monadnock just 2 yards away from turning that 0 into a 6 of their own. It'll be first and goal when we start up the second quarter. And as they switch sides, I shall take a short mute break in between quarters. Once again, this is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan live at Newport High School. The score, Newport 6, Monadnock 0. And if you appreciate the broadcasts I'm doing, if you like what you're hearing, and you want to support me financially, I have a Patreon account now. You can head over to patreon.com/JGMS88 and make a donation, either a monthly pledge or a one-time donation. If you just make it the monthly pledge and then cancel it after the first payment is submitted. I'm not going to stop broadcasting either way, but if you feel like it, it's there. So it looks like we're getting ready to switch sides and getting ready for the second quarter of play. Monadnock has first and goal at the Newport 2-yard line as we start this new quarter, with Newport leading 6-0. So Monadnock going back to the wishbone this time. Doyle takes a snap, gives to Aiden Hart. Hart runs to the right, piles ahead. Did he get in? I think he might have been stopped just short. Maybe a gain of about 1-yard line as the Huskies inch closer and closer to the end zone. And the potential tying score, it'll be second and goal from the 1-yard line. Huskies come out in the wishbone once again for the second and goal. Doyle takes the snap, gives to Jocelyn this time. Jocelyn barrels in for the end zone. Touchdown, Monadnock. Justin Jocelyn, who's had a few nice runs today, he gets to barrel it over the line for the 1-yard score. And now Monadnock has a chance to take the lead here. The game now tied 6-6. And Monadnock looks like they'll be going for 2. They come out in the wishbone. Doyle gives to Jocelyn. Jocelyn runs to the left. He's got a hole. He barrels through and scores. Monadnock takes the lead off the 2-point conversion by Justin Jocelyn. The score now, Monadnock 8, Newport 6. Justin Jocelyn has been making a world of difference on both ends. Of course, he blocked the PAT after Newport scored their touchdown, and now he has the 1-yard rushing touchdown and the 2-point conversion on top of it. Still reading 6-6 for some reason. I could have sworn Jocelyn got in. Maybe they just haven't changed it yet. But either way, Monadnock will be kicking off with 11:23 left in the half. Newport with one player back deep. As the wind picks up just in time for Nate Doyle to play the game off. And Doyle squibs it up the middle, bounces over one player, caught by another, and now it's being run back. He's got a bit of a hole, but he gets tackled. Leading on that tackle was Luke Weston. It was returned after the squib kick by Newport's number 14, Ryder Lovely. So Newport takes over at their own 42-yard line after the short kick was returned well. The scoreboard reads 6-6. I thought Monadnock had converted on the two-point conversion. But for right now, the score is 6-6. Newport now playing into the wind. Okay, it is 8-6. For some reason, the scoreboard just doesn't want to say that it is. They come out in the I formation. Marius Edwards gives to Jagger Lovely. He stumbles and dives ahead for a nice gain. He had a nice hole to his left. Got tripped up by a Monadnock defender and stumbled ahead for a few extra yards. Oh, but they're not going to give him that progress. They're going to say his knee was down after a gain of about 4 or 5. Okay, now the scoreboard has been fixed. It is 8-6 with under 10:50 to play in the second quarter. Once again, Newport comes out in the I. Marius Edwards, the quarterback under center. We got a man in motion, but I think we got a false start here. Yep, that's going to be a false start on Newport. Looks like one of the O-linemen jumped a bit. Didn't realize that they weren't going for an immediate snap as they were bringing Chase Hamilton in motion. And so that'll be a 5-yard penalty. And that's going to bring them back to second and about 11 yards to go from the 41-yard line. They had 2nd and 6, now it's 2nd and 11. They come out in the I once again. Hamilton goes in motion. Except no, that was Lovely who went in motion. The give goes to Sharon. He breaks a tackle and he's taking off. Sharon's going down the sideline. He's got one man to beat. Is Doyle pushing him out of bounds? He gets him pushed out of bounds. Another huge run for Josh Sharon, who got the give and broke a couple of tackles to get him some space out to his right. And if not for a hustle play by Nate Doyle, that was going to go for 6. Instead, it'll be 1st and goal to go for the Tigers, as after the hard-fought drive by the Huskies, the Tigers have responded immediately and have 1st and goal at the Monadnock 5-yard line. Marius Edwards comes out with 2 receivers on either side and one back behind him. That is Jagger Lovely behind him. The snap, he tries to take it himself. He's bounding up ahead. Is he in? He's in. Marius Edwards with the quarterback keeper. He barreled on ahead as they had 4 receivers out wide to take players away from the pile, and Marius Edwards pushed ahead for 6. So now the score, Newport 12, Monadnock 8. After the 5-yard score by quarterback Marius Edwards, we'll see what the Tigers decide to do. It looks like they're going to go for 2 this time after failing on the PAT. Edwards comes out in shotgun. Jagger Lovely to his right. He takes the snap, runs to his right, and he gets tackled and brought down by Justin Jocelyn. Once again, Jocelyn refuses to let the Tigers get any extra points here. Defensively, he's saved about 3 points off the board for the Tigers, while also putting up 8 of his own with his rushing touchdown and 2-point conversion. So the score remains 12-8. 10:03 on the clock here in the second quarter of play. So Monadnock sends Justin Jocelyn and Aiden Hart back to receive the kick, as Marius Edwards will be kicking into the wind this time. He had some nice long kicks in the first quarter with the wind at his back, but now with the wind in his face, we'll see what he's able to do in terms of distance. The short returners for Monadnock had better be ready just in case something happens. Edwards going for the kick, and he sends a line drive kick. This might go out of bounds. Nope, it's going to be scooped up by Hart. Gets away from one tackler and runs into another. He gets just past the 25-yard line, almost to the 30. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Huskies at about their own 29-yard line. Or no, they mark it at the 28. Huskies starting at their own 28-yard line. They're able to take the ball down and score for about a 40-yard drive last time. They come out in the flex bone to start. The flex bone was very effective last drive. Hart comes in motion, and he gets the handoff and gets stuffed behind the line by a gang of Newport tacklers. I think that one went for a loss of 1 or 2. So tough way to start the possession. So it'll be 2nd and 11 from about the 27 or 28-yard line on the Monadnock side. They come out in the flex bone once again. Hayden Haddock, the fullback, behind the quarterback, Nate Doyle. Jocelyn on the right, Hart on the left. Jocelyn comes in motion. Fake, throw to Carroll, and off the mark. And instead bounces off the body of Bryce Wiley, who was in coverage. Doyle threw it just ahead of Zion Carroll as they were going for the same slant play that got them a big conversion plus a face mask penalty on the last drive. So it is going to be 3rd and 11 for the Huskies. And they come out in the flex bone for the 3rd straight play. Doyle under center. Jocelyn comes in motion from the strong side. They fake. Doyle's rolling out to his left, looking for an option, not getting anything, and it looks like he's going to be forced out of bounds. Wrapped up and tackled by number 37, Devin Haino, as Doyle was running out of space anyway, had no openings, and I think Monadnock's going to have to punt. It'll be 4th and about 9 or 10. Or 4th and about 7. They send number 14, Ryder Lovely, back to receive the punt from Nate Doyle, who's now got the wind at his back. Doyle takes the snap, boots it away, gets a favorable bounce. It keeps going, still going, almost to the 30. A very favorable bounce on a line drive punt by Nate Doyle. And so the Tigers will take over after a 3 and out. They'll place the ball at about the 30, maybe the 31. It'll be at the 30. Newport starting at their own 30-yard line. Last time they were able to put an impressive drive together, thanks in large part to a big run from Josh Sharon, and then Marius Edwards, their quarterback keeper, to get in the end zone. They come out in the eye, and Edwards is going to keep it himself and push ahead for a short gain. So their last drive ended with a quarterback keeper. This one starts with a quarterback keeper, and they get about 3 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 7. crisp, gusty afternoon here in Newport, New Hampshire, as I'm sure you can hear the wind blowing through as Newport comes out of the eye for 2nd and 7. Edwards takes the snap, gives to Lovely, and he gets smushed behind the line by Justin Jocelyn. Justin Jocelyn with a huge tackle on the running back Jagger Lovely to set them back as they lose all of the yards they just gained, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Jocelyn's been big on both sides of the ball for Monadnock early in this game. They come out with a single back this time. Edwards takes the snap, he gives to the fullback. It was out of the eye. They gave it to Sharon, and he gets wrapped up by a couple of Huskies. Carson Shanks, the leading tackler, as he grabbed onto the ankles and would not let him break free. Big tackle for him as they force 4th down on the Tigers. 4th and 9 at their own 31-yard line, and they're going to have to punt. Justin Jocelyn back to receive as Marius Edwards will be punting away. Both teams using their quarterbacks to kick. High snap, and we've got a flag. That's going to be a false start on Newport, and they're going to be pushed 5 more yards back for a less favorable position to punt from. They're not in a good position to punt anyway because the wind is gusting right in their faces right now. .7:02 on the clock here in the second quarter rather. The snap, the punt goes away. It's caught by Jocelyn, and he's running to his left. He's got some room, cuts away from one tackler, gets wrapped up by a second one, and nice teamwork on the tackle by Ryder Lovely and Josh Sharon. After a short return by Justin Jocelyn, gets them over into Newport territory. They will start at about the 46. So they've got 46 yards to go to the end zone. A touchdown, of course, gives them the lead, as Newport currently leads Monadnock 12-8 with 6:47 left in the half. Monadnock coming out for 1st and 10. They come out in the wishbone. Doyle takes the snap. The give to Jocelyn. He goes right up the middle, pushes ahead for a gain of 3 or 4 before the pile gets stopped and the play is blown dead. Looks like they'll give about 2 or 3 yards. They give them 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line on Newport's side of the ball. So 2nd and 8. They come out in the wishbone again. Doyle under center. He takes the snap. Give to Hart. Hart goes up the middle this time. He's trying to barrel ahead. Gain of another 2 or 3 there. It'll be 2 yards. 3rd and 6 now, and they're going to need a bigger play this time. They need someone to find an opening. They've been stuffed for short gains each of the past 2 plays. This time Monadnock comes out in the flex bone. Jocelyn to the right, Hart to the left, Haddock the fullback. Hart goes in motion, and they go for a pitch play. It's pitched out to Hart. Oh, he's juggling it. He lost the football. He lost the football. Who has it? It's picked up by Newport. That's picked up by Bryce Wiley. Oh, that was not well executed by Monadnock. They went for an option play. Doyle ran to his right, pitched it out to Aiden Hart, who had come in motion, but Hart wasn't able to get a good grip on the ball. He was juggling it as he was trying to carry it, and it just flew out of his hands and was then picked up by Newport's Bryce Wiley. So Newport takes over at their own 42-yard line with 5:30 left in the half. They start 1st and 10 in the eye. The snap, give to Sharon, the fullback. Sharon's got an opening, and he's taking off. Sharon is taking off down the left sideline. He's being chased by Zion Carroll, and Carroll gets him down, but not before another huge run by Josh Sharon gets Newport inside the 10. Those fullback gives have been paying big dividends for the Tigers, as Josh Sharon has had a couple of huge runs so far here in the first half. It'll be 1st and goal to go on the Monadnock 7-yard line. And now we've got a timeout called by Monadnock. 1st and goal from the Monadnock 8-yard line when they come back from the timeout. 5:21 to go in the half. Newport's been coming up with some big runs today, most of them coming from Josh Sharon, the fullback. He had the big run that set up the last score, and now he's set up his team inside the 10-yard line for the 2nd time this half. So Newport with the chance to make this a 2-score game, as they are 8 yards from pay dirt here as we come out of the timeout. Coach Ryan Avery trying to, reset the mindset of his players as they're in a tough spot here. The Tigers come out in the eye, 1st and goal. Edwards takes the snap, the give, he goes right up ahead, had a huge hole, and that's a touchdown! And that was Jagger Lovely, who burst straight ahead, found a big hole to leap through, and he goes 8 yards to pay dirt. And Newport takes an 18-8 lead off of that play. It looks like we're going to get some trickery here. We've got the center, we've got Marius Edwards, the quarterback. He's got a fullback to his right, one receiver all the way out to the right, and the rest of the players all the way out to the left. Edwards takes the snap, he runs to his right, he's trying to take it in himself, and he gets in. But we've got a flag. And this is going to be on the Tigers. False start is what they're calling. With an unorthodox formation like that, it's not entirely surprising, but still, tough setback for the Tigers as they try to put some extra points on the board. The 2-point conversion was successful, but is brought back due to the penalty. Marius Edwards brought the ball in out of a weird formation where they had about 7 players out on the left end of the play and ran the ball to the right. And they're coming out in the exact same formation. They've got 6 linemen over all the way on the left side, a center. Edwards takes the snap. He rolls out. He's trying to look to pass this time, but he's being chased down by Huskies, always escaping a couple, but he can't escape the entire pack, and he gets taken down. That was number 68, Isaac Cario. And so again, they prevent the 2-point conversion, but Newport increases its lead to 18-8 with 5:16 left in the half. So some tough offensive woes for the Huskies. Their past couple of possessions, a 3-and-out and then a fumble on an attempted pitch play that gave the ball back to Newport close to midfield, and they were able to drive down for another score thanks in large part to another huge run by Josh Sharon. This time it finished with an 8-yard scamper into the end zone by Jagger Lovely. So now Marius Edwards getting ready to kick it off. Justin Jocelyn and Aiden Hart back deep to receive it. The wind dies down a bit to give him a better chance of the kick. He sends a short line drive. This one might bounce out of bounds. It doesn't go out of bounds. It's picked up by Hart, and he steps out of bounds almost immediately. He saw the rush coming. That's one of those things when it's kicked close to the sidelines, if you don't get a favorable enough bounce, you got to be careful. Otherwise, the coverage team is going to come and pick that up. As it is, the Huskies will start on their own 24-yard line, trailing by 10 with 5:15 to go in the half. Monadnock comes out in the flex bone for 1st and 10. Hart to the left, Jocelyn to the right, Haddock behind Doyle. Jocelyn comes in motion, but Doyle rows out. He's looking for a potential pitch play, doesn't pitch it this time, and he barrels ahead for a short gain, about maybe 2 yards, maybe 3. Less than 5 minutes to go as he gets a gain of 4, 3 or 4 yards. He's now at the 27-yard line. They went for another potential pitch play, but this time Doyle decided to keep it. And now at 2nd and about 7, the Huskies come out again in the flex bone. This time Hart goes in motion, and Doyle drops back to pass. He's looking for a passing option, throws it out to Hart. Hart manages to collect it after a short bobble, and he's got a 1st down. So Aiden Hart almost juggled the ball away again, but this time he manages to pull it in off the pass from Nate Doyle after going in motion from the weak side to the strong side and going out on an out route. A nice completion there. They get to about the 41-yard line, so about a 14-yard gain on that pass. As we now have 4:10 to go in the half, the Huskies trying to move and shrink that deficit. They come out in the flex bone once again. Doyle under center. Jocelyn comes in motion. They fake the toss. They try and give to Hart. He gets smushed behind the line. They fake the toss out to the left to Jocelyn. Tried to give it to Aiden Hart, who was coming across behind the line. But Newport read him like a book and wrapped up Hart immediately for a loss of yards. Loss of about 3. It'll be 2nd and about 13 or 14 yards to go. .320 on the clock and counting as Monadnock leads Newport 18-8. Monadnock trails Newport 18-8 here at Newport High School. The Huskies coming out in shotgun this time. 2 receivers, and we've got a timeout called by Monadnock. It's a timeout called by Monadnock with 3:01 left to play in the first half. Monadnock was coming out in a formation that we hadn't seen so far today. Doyle was in shotgun. It looks like he was going to have 1 running back to his side while they had 2 receivers out wide to the left and 1 halfback on the left side of the line. Monadnock facing 2nd and long, so not entirely surprising that they try and mix things up. They have had some success out of the passing game. 1 nice completion to Zion Carroll earlier in the game, and then the completion on this drive to Aiden Hart that got the 1st down. I think Doyle's completed about 2 of his 3 passes. And now after the timeout, Monadnock comes back out. They're back to the flex bone this time. Doyle under center. Jocelyn comes in motion, and he gets the handoff, and he runs to the left. Escapes a couple of tacklers, but gets wrapped up and brought down after a gain of about 4 or 5. Tackled by Josh Sharon, and I think the gain might have been even bigger than I gave it credit for. It was a gain of about 6 to set up 3rd and 8 at the 44 or 45-yard line. The scoreboard actually reads 3rd and 7 from the 41. From the 43, rather. They come out in shotgun this time. 2 receivers to the right. Doyle takes the snap, drops back to pass, unloads, going deep, looking for Carroll, and he overthrows his man. Tough miss there. Carroll was just starting to get behind the secondary. It was a tight window, and Doyle just overthrew his man there. So it'll be 4th and 7, and the Huskies have a decision to make. Do they trust their offense to make a big conversion here with 2:16 left in the half? They're at their own 43 or 44-yard line. The Huskies look like they're going to go for it. Doyle comes out in shotgun once again. 2 receivers and a halfback to the right, 1 halfback to the left. He takes a snap, drops back, throws, complete to Jocelyn. He breaks 1 tackle, he breaks another, and he gets it to the first down. Huge catch and run by Justin Jocelyn. It looked like he was going to get wrapped up behind the first down marker. But he comes through with a big play and a big conversion. Gutsy call by Monadnock, and they're going to get some extra time because the clock wasn't running for that entire play. So we're about to hit the 2-minute warning. Can they get the snap off in time? They do get the snap off. It goes to shotgun to Doyle. He rolls out to his left, keeps rolling out, throws it, deflected and almost picked off by number 26, Jagger Lovely. He was trying to float one out to Hayden Haddock there. And so we have 1:53 left to go here in the half. The Huskies trying to drive. They're at Newport's 47-yard line. And Newport currently leads 18-8 on the back of a trio of touchdowns, 1 by Josh Sharon, 1 by Marius Edwards, and 1 by Jagger Lovely. The Huskies coming out in shotgun once again. Doyle in shotgun, Aiden Hart to his left. He takes a snap, drops back, looks to throw, and it's caught. They're going to say it's caught on a nice diving catch by Zion Carroll. He gets a big gain there of about 7 yards, maybe 8. So it'll be third and 3 from about the 40, maybe the 39. The Huskies coming out in shotgun once again. Doyle takes the snap, low snap. He drops back, rolls to his right, throws. Can't kid his man, and that'll be 4th down. But the Huskies will definitely be going for it there. I think that was intended for either Justin Jocelyn or Zion Carroll. But ran out of room there. Tight window, well covered by Newport. So it'll be 4th and about 2, maybe 2.5 from about the 39-yard line, maybe the 39.5. 1:23 to go here in the second quarter as Newport leads Monadnock 18-8 on the Tigers' own soil. Monadnock comes out to go for it. They're in the flex bone this time. The snap. Doyle drops back. He's looking to pass. He floats one up into traffic. It's intercepted. Intercepted by Newport, and they're running it back, and a slide. I think that was number 19 on the interception. Number 19 is Tanner Proper. So that interception effectively works as a punt, as Newport now takes over at their 28-yard line. Newport comes out in the eye. The handoff to Lovely. He's got room to his right. He gets temporarily clipped, but breaks the tackle. He breaks another, and oh, he's taking off. He's got space. Oh, he's going to go. He's down to the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Jagger Lovely. Some nice persistence on the run there by Jagger Lovely as he breaks free for a run of 72 yards. He got grabbed on his ball arm by Victor Latito just as he crossed the line of scrimmage. He managed to stay on his feet and get back into the run, shook off a couple of other tackles, and then broke out down the right sideline. And from there, it was a race between the running back, Jagger Lovely, and the D lineman, Luke Weston. And if it's a chase between a running back and a lineman, the running back's going to win just about every time. So Lovely gets the big 72-yard score, his second touchdown of the day. And Newport increases their lead to 24-8, and they're going to go for 2 again. Edwards takes the snap, takes the give, rolls to his left, and he gets into the end zone for the first successful 2-point try of the day for the Tigers. Their lead goes up to 26-8. So the Tigers have come up with a few big runs today that have really defined the difference between these two offenses. Monadnock's had a few nice plays, but nothing big. Nothing that really breaks off and sets them up. Nothing that's really been able that would get them a 72-yard score, which is what that was for Jagger Lovely. 58.3 seconds left in the second period. The score, Newport 26, Monadnock 8. Monadnock with one scoring drive thus far on the 1-yard touchdown dive by Justin Jocelyn. That drive, of course, helped by about 20 or 25 yards of penalties from Newport. Meanwhile, Newport's had some big runs, and they've been able to set up 4 different scores. They now lead 26-8. The kickoff by Edwards. They're going for an onside kick, and it's recovered by Monadnock. Heads-up recovery by Luke Weston as he changed direction. He was turning around to his left to go back and had to switch directions and turn to his right. Heads-up play there by the lineman as Newport came out with a surprisingly aggressive onside kick as they're just looking to pour it on at this point. Either that or they didn't think a high kick would go anywhere with this heavy wind that's going through the field. So the 1st and 10, 47 for Monadnock, 57.1 seconds left in the half. Monadnock coming out in shotgun once again. Doyle takes the snap, runs to his left, looking like a pitch play. He pitches it out to Hart, and Hart lost the football again! And it's picked up once again by Newport. That's the second fumble on a pitch to Aiden Hart, and it's recovered this time. I think that was either Jagger Lovely or Marius Edwards who dove on the ball for the recovery. So 50.5 seconds left, and now Newport at their own 49-yard line after another tough fumble for Monadnock. Newport comes out in the eye. 1st and 10, they take the snap, fake the give, it's play action. Edwards unloads, looking for a pass. He's got his man, it's caught. Tackled by Nate Doyle. The catch was made by Tanner Proper, the senior receiver who had the interception earlier this half. And we got a timeout called by Newport as they try and conserve some clock so they can put some even more points on the board. They currently lead Monadnock 26-8, but they now have the ball on the Monadnock 36-yard line after a 15-yard pass from Marius Edwards to Tanner Proper. It's been a rough day offensively thus far for the Huskies. 2 fumbles, an interception, and a turnover on downs, as well as a couple 3-and-outs. 1 successful scoring drive. And meanwhile, Newport has really hit its stride. They've had a couple of turnovers, 1 turnover on downs, 1 3-and-out. But for the most part, they've been marching up and down the field. 4 touchdowns thus far this half. And they're aiming to get their 5th touchdown of the half here. 1st and 10 from the Monadnock 36. They come out in a pro set. They fake the give, and now a pitch, and the pitch gets away from his man, but it's picked up. I think this is Lovely. No, it's Sharon, who then gets dragged down at about the line of scrimmage. That was near disaster for Newport as they call a timeout after the failed pitch play. They came out in a pro set, faked the handoff one way, and then Marius Edwards tried to pitch to Josh Sharon. The pitch went wide and was fumbled for a minute, but then Sharon was able to pick it up and scoot back for about a 2-yard loss that could have been much worse. So we second down at about 12 with 32.4 seconds left on the clock. Newport at the Monadnock 38-yard line, trying to build on its lead. The score 26-8. Newport is going to come out in shotgun. 2 receivers on either side. One back to the right of Marius Edwards. It's a direct snap to Josh Sharon. Sharon finds a hole. He runs his way through. We got a flag on the play as he's tackled by Hayden Haddock. And we've got holding on the offense. So a big loss for Newport, although it does stop the clock if they still want to take another couple of throws for the end zone. They get pushed all the way back to the 48-yard line. It is now 2nd and 22. Clock now winding. And Newport is going to huddle up. It looks like they might just let the clock run. 10, 9, 8. It looks like the Tigers are just going to let the clock run out on the half after the tough penalty pushed them out of range. And that's going to do it. That's going to be the half. So after one half of play, the score, the hosting Newport Tigers 26, the visiting Monadnock Huskies 8. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, live from Newport High School in Newport, New Hampshire. I'll be back with the second half of play after a mute break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Newport Middle High School in Newport, New Hampshire. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, here to bring you the second half of this high school football matchup between the visiting Monadnock Huskies and the hosting Newport Tigers. Through the first half, Newport had a pretty successful going of it. They currently lead the Huskies 26-8. On the back of 4 touchdowns, one by Josh Sharon on an offensive fumble recovery after his quarterback Marius Edwards fumbled on a keeper near the end zone. Then another touchdown, this one by Edwards himself on a keeper. Then an 8-yard score by Jagger Lovely, and then a 72-yard score again by Lovely. That rounded out the scoring for the Tigers. They had one successful 2-point conversion out of 3 tries, along with a blocked PAT. The Huskies had one score for the half in a tough half that was plagued by turnovers. That one score, a 1-yard dive across the end zone by Justin Jocelyn, along with a 2-point conversion, again by Jocelyn. So 26-8 is the score. The Huskies will kick the ball away to the Tigers to start this second half, and the Tigers starting with an advantageous side of the field given the way the wind has been blowing today. The wind has certainly been playing some kind of factor. I'm sure you've been able to hear it throughout my broadcast. It's a gusting wind today. So Nate Doyle will be kicking off, and I believe Newport's got one deep. I think it might be Jagger Lovely. Doyle going for the kick. He squibs it up the middle. It's fumbled for a bit, but then fallen on by one of the Newport players at around just behind the Newport 40-yard line. So short kick from Nate Doyle, and Newport will take over at their own 39-yard line. The Newport rushing attack came through with quite a few big plays in that first half, including 2 big runs by Josh Sharon to set up a pair of scores, and of course the 72-yard run by Jagger Lovely. Newport comes out in the eye. Snap to Marius Edwards. Give to Lovely, and he gets smushed behind the line. Big play. A number of players in on the tackle there. I think it was Aiden Hart who grabbed him, either him or Luke Weston. Either way, a nice defensive play. Goes for, I think, a loss of 1 or 2 yards. Yeah, they're going to say a loss of 2, so it'll be 2nd and 12 from the 37. Newport comes out in the eye once again. Edwards takes the snap, gives to Sharon, who breaks up the middle, carries a couple of guys with him, and goes for a significant gain. Or was that actually Haino? I think the PA announcer said that was actually Devin Haino who got the carry there. They're rotating their fullbacks a bit. And so it'll be 3rd and 2, so a big gain of 10 yards there. Newport comes out in the eye once again. Snap to Edwards, and he takes it himself, going up the middle, and it looks like he's pushed the pile to a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 as they cross midfield over to Monadnock's 48-yard line. Newport comes out in the eye once again. Edwards takes the snap. The give to Haino. Haino breaks at the middle, churning the legs, and he keeps going for a gain of about 8 yards. So Devin Haino getting some reps here early in the 3rd quarter as he sets up his team for a 2nd and 3 from the Monadnock 41-yard line. Newport comes out in the eye once again. It's 2nd and 3. Snap to Edwards. He gives to Haino, but Haino gets caught for about no gain. Nice tackle by Justin Jocelyn. No gain, may have lost a yard. And indeed, it'll be 3rd and 4. As Jocelyn takes him back a yard. So Newport is in about 4-down territory here as they're across midfield. They come out in the eye. Snap. The give to the running back. Trying to turn his legs. He's being tackled by a number of different players, including Nate Doyle, Luke Weston, and Aiden Hart. That was just Sharon on the carry. So it's going to be 4th down and about 2 yards to go from the Monadnock 40-yard line. Huge play coming up for the Monadnock defense if they want a chance to get back into this game. A turnover on downs could be a great way to get it started. Newport comes out in the eye. Oh! He got him with the hard count. That's going to be offsides on Monadnock. So that's going to give him the 1st down on the penalty. Smart hard count by Edwards. He's been able to use those quarterback keepers for some nice short gains at multiple points throughout this game. And that's the kind of thing that makes the guys in the trenches jumpy, makes them feel like they got to jump on the ball quick. Otherwise, they're going to give up the 1st down, but then the hard count comes in and they end up giving up the 1st down anyway. So 1st and 10, Newport comes out in the eye. Snap, give to the running back, and he runs to the right. Short gain there. Justin Jocelyn with another tackle. I think that might have been number 7, Bryce Wiley, on the carry. Get the ball to the 36. So I think they actually lost a yard on that play. It is 2nd and 11. Snap. Edwards gives. Oh, it's fumbled! He fumbled the football! And Monadnock is falling on it. Nate Doyle with the recovery. Tried to do a bit of an end-around play there, give the ball to a player who was coming across the field, but they just smushed him. If I had to guess, I'd say it was Aiden Hart that popped the ball out. And then Nate Doyle was able to fall on it. He couldn't scoop it and keep running, but he did manage to fall on it and give his team the ball at about their own 45-yard line. So Monadnock now coming out for their first possession after the big defensive play. They come out in the wishbone. Doyle takes a snap, give to Jocelyn. Jocelyn barrels ahead, gain of about 4, it looks like. The tackle was made by Josh Orlowski, number 64, for Newport. They're at the 49-yard line, so a gain of about 4 for Jocelyn. Huskies come out in the wishbone once again. Doyle takes a snap, gives to Hart. Hart barrels up the middle. Gain of about 2 or 3. Orlowski leading on the tackle once again. It'll be 3rd and about 4. As Monadnock now into Newport territory on the Tigers' 49-yard line. Monadnock comes out in the wishbone once again for 3rd and 4. Doyle takes the snap, gives to Hart. Hart gets stuffed in the line and tackled. Marius Edwards and Chase Hamilton in for the tackle. 4th and 4. They're in about 4-down territory here around midfield. And their offense has got to get something going as they trail 26-8 with about 5:50 left here in the 3rd quarter of play. The Huskies coming out to go for it. 4th and 4, big play here for them. They're in the wishbone. Snap to Doyle, fakes, rolls out to his right. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to get that first down. Lowers his shoulder at the end just to punctuate things. Big run by Nate Doyle on the play-action rollout. That'll be a Monadnock first down as they get the ball to the Newport 39-yard line. So one big 4th down play for the Huskies. Big run there. And now with 1st and 10 at the Newport 39-yard line, Monadnock comes out in the wishbone again. Takes a snap, give to Hart, who barrels up the middle, trying to push the pile. We'll see where they place this one. Looks like they'll give him a gain of about 4. He gets to about the 35-yard line. That was Aiden Hart on the carry. So it'll be 2nd and about 6 or 7 yards to go. Monadnock comes back out in the wishbone, trying to keep things moving. Doyle takes a snap. He gives, I think, to Haddock. Yep, he gave to Hayden Haddock, the fullback, who barrels ahead for a gain of 1 or 2. So once again, the Huskies facing 3rd and about 4 yards to go. Huskies come back out in the wishbone. Doyle takes a snap. Toss to Jocelyn. Jocelyn runs to the left, trying to gain the edge. He's trying to push through a couple tackles. Oh, I think he lost the football. And it's recovered by Newport. Oh, that's a tough loss for Monadnock. Their 3rd fumble this game. And right after they had recovered a fumble of their own. Oh no, they're saying he was down. bit of debate between the officials, but ultimately they decided that Jocelyn's knee was down before he lost the football. Big break for the Huskies as they come out for 4th and about 2. They come out in the wishbone again. Do they have another big conversion in them? The snap, the give to Hart. Did he get it? Oh, this is going to be close. But it looks like he's short. And so the Huskies, after all of that, turn the ball over on downs. And it was Orlowski once again leading on the tackle. He's been getting great penetration at the line so far today. So Newport takes over on about their own 30, about their own 30-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. Oh, this time Newport comes out in a single back formation, 2 receivers on either side. Edwards drops back, hands off, and he gets smushed at the line. That was Jagger Lovely on the carry, met with several Huskies. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 30. About 3:20 left in the third quarter here, as the score remains the same as it was at halftime. Newport 26, Monadnock 8. Newport coming out in shotgun here for 2nd and 10. 2 receivers on either side. Oh, it's a direct snap to the running back. And he breaks a tackle, and he's got a hole, and he's being dragged down from behind. That was just Sharon, who I think converted the first down there. Tackled from behind by Dylan Cashman. But not before he shook one tackle, found a hole, and got a big gain of at least 10 yards. So a bit of trickery there from the Tigers. They come out in shotgun, but then do a direct snap to the running back, just Sharon. So now Newport comes out in the I. 1st and 10. Edwards takes the snap, give to, I believe, Lovely, and smushed behind the line of scrimmage. I think it was Hayden Haddocken on the tackle there. Might have been Josh Sharon on the carry there. I think it was Sharon who got the carry there. Loss of about 1. And they're saying Jack Lorenz was the guy who led the tackling there for the Huskies for the 1-yard loss. Tigers come back out in the I. Snap, the give. No, they faked the give to the fullback, and now Edwards is taken out by himself, and he's got daylight. He's going to go all the way. Marius Edwards with his 2nd touchdown of the day on a big 57-yard run. Marius Edwards faked the give to the fullback, and he completely faked out the Monadnock defense, ran to his right, had some nice blockers on the second level, and he just had everywhere to go as he went all the way to the end zone for another big run by the Newport offense. Those big play runs have been the difference maker for Newport so far. So the score is now 32-8, as this time Edwards is lining up for the PAT. His first attempt at a PAT since their first touchdown of the game. The snap, ball down, kick is up this time, and it's through. So the score expands to 33-8 in favor of the Newport Tigers, as they have been well in control of this game, and they've gotten a number of big plays. They've now got 2 running touchdowns that have gone for over 50 yards. Well, I think that one might have actually gone for 43 yards. But either way, 2 really big runs for Newport that have gone for touchdowns, and then they had 2 more big runs by Josh Sharon in the first half that led to some shorter scores. The big plays have been coming for Newport, not as much for Monadnock, and that's been the difference here so far today, as the Tigers lead the Huskies 33-8. 1:39 left in the third quarter as Edwards gets ready to kick off. Jocelyn and Hart back deep. Edwards runs up, and the ball came off the holder before the kick could be made. Edwards kicking with the wind at his back, and the wind blew the ball off of the placeholder, so it looks like they're going to have another kick where they're going to need someone to play the role of holder. And it looks like it'll be Bryce Wiley who's going to be the holder for Edwards. Last time they did this, they wound up going for a surprise onside kick that was recovered by Luke Weston. But they've got the wind at their backs this time, so I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a big kick. Edwards winds up and hits a long fly that's caught by Hart after a bit of juggling. He takes off, runs into a tackler, and gets taken down just behind the 30-yard line. So it'll be first down at about maybe the 28 or 29-yard line. They're going to say it's at the Monadnock 28 as Monadnock gets first and 10, trying to march down and get their second score of the day. They come out in the wishbone. Doyle under center, takes the snap, give to Hart, tries to cut through the A gap and gets taken down after a short gain of about 2 or 3 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 8 from the Huskies' 30-yard line. About a minute left in the third quarter. 2nd and 8. Huskies come out in the wishbone again. Doyle takes the snap. The give to Jocelyn this time, I believe, as he runs to his left. Gets another nice gain of about 3 or 4 yards. So after a gain of about 4, it's third down, 4 yards to go, about 35 seconds left in the third quarter. We'll be switching sides soon. Monadnock comes out in the wishbone once again. Snap. Give to Hart. He barrels up the middle. And it looks like he's going to be stopped. Oh, no, they're going to say he got it. They say he got the first down. So about 15 seconds left in the quarter, and Monadnock has a fresh set of downs at their own 38-yard line. So Hart got exactly enough in order to get that first down. And the clock's going to wind down, and that'll do it for the third quarter of play. The teams switching sides. The score, Newport 33, Monadnock 8. Live from Newport Middle High School in Newport, New Hampshire, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'll be back with the fourth and final quarter of regulation after a quick mute break. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Newport Middle High School in Newport, New Hampshire. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and we are about to get started with the fourth and final quarter of play for this high school football game between the visiting Monadnock Huskies and the hosting Newport Tigers. Newport leading 33-8 as Monadnock has first and 10. The give to Aiden Hart, and he gets tackled, I think, behind the line of scrimmage. So it'll be second and about 10 or 11 from the Monadnock 38 or maybe the 37-yard line. We'll see where they place it. One of the Monadnock players looks a little shaken up on the play. I think that's Hart who looks a little shaken up, showing a slight limp as he walks back to the huddle. And he's limping towards the play as Monadnock comes out in the wishbone. Certainly hope he's okay. Doyle takes the snap, gives to Jocelyn this time. Jocelyn cuts up the middle and barrels ahead for a gain of about 4. Hart going back into the huddle. He seems to be okay now, as quarterback Nate Doyle gets his play from the sideline from Coach Ryan Avery. It's been a tough offensive day for the Huskies. They've only gotten in the end zone once, and they've turned the ball over 3 times, 2 fumbles and an interception. Snap to Doyle. He gives to Jocelyn. Jocelyn barrels ahead for a short gain of about 1 or 2. So it's going to be 4th and about 2 or 3 yards to go for Monadnock. So big play there here for their offense. They want to see if they can get another score on the board. They want to keep this drive going for sure. Definitely don't want to give Newport the ball in their own territory. Oh, they're going to punt this one. So the Huskies, despite being near midfield, usually within their range to go for it on 4th down, they're electing to punt. So Nate Doyle back to punt, and nobody back to receive for Newport. They're keeping an eye out for the fake, and it is a fake. Doyle's taking off, and he's not going to make it. Newport saw it coming the whole way. They rushed the punter, Nate Doyle, as he tried to keep it. I think he got tackled behind the line of scrimmage, so Newport gets even better field position as they take over at about the Huskies' 44-yard line. I'm going to say it's the 43-yard line. So Newport taking over on downs. They have 1st and 10 at the Monadnock 43 and a staggering lead of 33-8 here in the 4th quarter. Newport comes out in the eye. Wiley goes in motion. Edwards takes the snap. He gives to Haino, and Devin Haino has got just open field in front of him, and that's an easy touchdown. 1 play, 1 score, 43 yards by number 37, Devin Haino, the fullback. He got the give, and it seemed like the defense just completely vanished in front of his eyes as he just ran straight ahead for a touchdown, untouched for 43 yards. So the score now 39-8 in favor of Newport, as Marius Edwards, the quarterback, will be going for the PAT. Josh Sharon, the holder. He's so far 1 for 2 on PATs. His first one was blocked, his second one successful. The snap, it skips by the holder and is picked up by the kicker. He tries to throw it, he hits Sharon, and Sharon gets in. So disaster turns into opportunity as a low bouncing snap skipped past the holder's Josh Sharon, but then was scooped up by the kicker slash quarterback Marius Edwards, who rolled to his right and did a short toss out to Sharon, who then fought his way into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. So the score is now 41-8 in favor of the hosting Newport Tigers as they get ready to kick off to Monadnock. 9 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this ball game, as Newport holds a staggering 33-point lead over the visiting Huskies. And Edwards, after throwing the impromptu 2-point conversion, is getting ready to kick off again. He's kicking into the wind this time, but the wind is still blowing the ball off the holder, so he's going to ask Bryce Wiley to be his holder once again. He's had to do that twice already this game. Justin Jocelyn and Aiden Hart are back deep for Monadnock. We'll see what they decide to do with the wind working against them. Edwards goes for the kick, and he lets it fly. It's caught by Jocelyn, and Jocelyn starts running it back. Jukes around one tackle, almost breaks out of another, but gets wrapped up and dragged down by, I believe, number 12, Jay Conroy. So Monadnock takes over at about the 37, 38 yard line. It's going to be the 37. 1st and 10 for Monadnock. 9:33 left to play. Monadnock comes out in the flex bone. First time we've seen that formation in a little while. Jocelyn comes in motion from the strong side, and he gets the handoff from Doyle. He runs through the hole and barrels ahead for a gain of about 5.
Jocelyn with the carry.
So about a 5 or 6 yard carry for Jocelyn. They're going to say 2nd and 5 from the 42 yard line. Or maybe they're at the 43 and it's 2nd and 4. Hard to say. But they come out in the flex bone again. This time Hart in motion from the weak side. He gets the handoff and gets dragged down behind the line. It's been a rough day running the ball for Aiden Hart. He's had a few plays go for no gain and even some negative gains. And he's also got 2 fumbles on a pair of failed pitch plays. So it'll be 3rd down and about 5 yards to go. Monadnock comes back out in the flex bone. This time Jocelyn in motion from the weak side. They fake the handoff. They throw to Zion Carroll. Carroll's caught it, and he's dragging his man for a big gain. That was Bryce Wiley on the coverage. Zion Carroll caught it on the quick slant on the play action. And he almost shook Bryce Wiley off of him and carried him for a few extra yards. So nice play there by the senior receiver. And he gets down to about the Newport 43. Big gain, big 1st down play. And it'll be 1st and 10 in enemy territory for Monadnock as they come out in the flex bone once again. Jocelyn in motion, and he gets the handoff, runs to his left. He's got a hole, sizable hole to go through. He's being dragged down now, but not after a big gain. Maybe 8 or 9 yards on the carry there for Justin Jocelyn. So it'll be 2nd and 1. They have the ball at the Newport 33-yard line. 2nd and 1. They come out in the flex bone again. It's been working well for them this drive. Hart in motion, and instead the quarterback keeps it himself, and Doyle's going to pile ahead for easily a 1st down and some extra change. So it'll be another fresh set of downs for the Huskies. As they advance down to the Newport 29-yard line. It'll be the flex bone once again on 1st and 10. Jocelyn in motion. They fake the give to Jocelyn. They're throwing, looking deep for Carroll. Carroll chasing, he's got it, touchdown! Zion Carroll with his 4th touchdown catch in 2 games. They had a nice hitch and go route there for Zion Carroll off the play action pass. And a 29-yard touchdown pass from Nate Doyle to Zion Carroll gets Monadnock their first score in a while. And they're going to go for 2 out of the wishbone. Doyle takes the snap, fakes the give. He drops back and gets wrapped up and sacked. And it's Josh Sharon who broke through for the big sack on Nate Doyle to prevent the 2-point conversion. But the Huskies get their first points since the start of the 2nd quarter. And it now becomes a 41-14 ball game, as at least the Huskies get some nice dignity points there, getting some points on the board, putting a nice drive together, you know, their first scoring drive in a while. even when you're down by this much with not as much time to play, it still feels good to get in the end zone. Know that your offense can still move along and get down and score. Figure out what works for next time. So with 6:32 left in the ball game, the score is Newport 41, Monadnock 14. And Monadnock getting ready to kick off after their second touchdown of the day. Nate Doyle will be kicking off after throwing for a 29-yard touchdown pass to Zion Carroll. And he kicks it. It's a squib, juggled by the returner, number 29, but he falls on it. And Newport will take over at about their own 41-yard line. Might actually be the 42 or 43 where they start. Depends on where they mark it. They're going to mark it at the Newport 43-yard line as Newport starting a new drive. They scored in one play on their last drive, a 43-yard handoff to Devin Haino, his lone touchdown of the game. There's also been 2 touchdowns by Jagger Lovely, 2 by Marius Edwards, and 1 by Josh Sharon, as the first play goes for a handoff as they run right into the line for a short gain of maybe 1 yard line. I believe that was Haino on the carry. So it'll be second and about 8 or 9 yards to go. We've got about 6 minutes left in this ball game. Again, the score, Newport 41, Monadnock 14. Newport comes out in the I for 2nd and 8. Fullback goes in motion, and Edwards tosses to the running back, number 29. He gets wrapped up well behind the line of scrimmage. Nice tackling on the play. One of the tacklers there, Nate Doyle. As it now goes back to 3rd and about 11, it looks like. Aiden Hart helping out with the tackle. So it'll be 3rd and about 11. Newport letting the clock wind a little bit. Marius Edwards under center. Offense coming out of the I. Receiver goes in motion. They toss out to him. This is Ryder Lovely. Lovely's got some room to run, and he's going to get the first down. Ryder Lovely with the outside run on the toss as he was coming in motion from the receiver position. And he cuts off a big run, gets into Monadnock territory, and gets the first down. They place the ball at the Monadnock 39-yard line. So Newport comes back out on the I with a fresh set of downs. Fullback give to Haino, and he gets stuffed immediately. That was Luke Weston on the tackle as he stops him for no gain, maybe a loss of 1. Looks like no gain on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the Monadnock 39. Oh, they're saying it was Dylan Cashman who got the tackle. So it'll be 2nd and 10. This time they come out in a single back formation. They toss out to number 29, who has no room to go. And he gets tackled behind the line by a number of Huskies. Carson Shanks leading the way for the Huskies on the tackle behind the line. So He'll back them up about 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 14 to go. Newport comes back out in the eye, 3rd and long. And we got a timeout called by Newport. So the time on the clock reads about 3 minutes to go. Well, actually, exactly 3 minutes to go in this ball game. The score leads Newport 41, Monadnock 14. Monadnock was able to get their first score since the second play of the second quarter, courtesy of a 29-yard touchdown pass from Nate Doyle to Zion Carroll. Their 4th scoring connection in 2 games, as they connected 3 times for 3 scores against Keene last week. That was Monadnock's 3rd straight win, but it looks like their perfect record is about to get snapped here in this game. They trail 41-14 with time running out. Currently in the midst of a timeout called by Newport. They're faced with 3rd and 14 on about the Huskies' 43-yard line. So, might be 4-down territory depending on what happens on this 3rd down play. Newport comes out in the eye. Edwards takes the snap, fakes the give, drops back, looking for a pass. He throws it out, and short of his man, underthrown, drops incomplete. He was looking for Tanner Proper. Zion Carroll was on the coverage, but throwing into a headwind, the pass came up well short of both of them. 2:53 reads on the clock after play stops from the incomplete pass. So it'll be 4th down and 14 to go, and it looks like Newport's going to go for it. They'll need a big play here as they come out in the eye. They give to the running back, and he hits the hole but runs right into a defender and gets taken down. That was Justin Jocelyn with a little help from Nate Doyle to make the tackle and turn it over on downs. So the Huskies will be trying to see if they can cut this down to a 3-score game on this drive. They start at about their own 43-yard line. They come out in the flex bone. Aiden Hart goes in motion, but Doyle keeps it himself. Barrels ahead for about a gain of 4 or 5. So it'll be 2nd and about 6. They're at their own 47, maybe 48-yard line. Huskies come back out in the flex bone again. Ethan Jarvis now going in motion and taking the toss. He runs to his right and gets maybe a yard, maybe none. Ethan Jarvis took the place of Aiden Hart on that with the left halfback position. And it was Newport co-captain Adam Whipple coming through with the tackle. So it'll be 3rd and 5 from their own 48-yard line. Monadnock trying to keep this drive moving, just put as many points as they can on the board before this game's over. They come back out in the flex bone again. This time Jocelyn goes in motion. They give to the fullback, Hayden Haddock, and he barrels ahead for about 2. So it'll be 4th down and about 3 yards to go. And it looks like they're going to sub out their other running back, so Justin Jocelyn will come out in favor of Joe Latito. So they try and give the younger guys some experience here in the backfield, see what they can do. They come out in the flex bone again. Jarvis goes in motion. They give to Jarvis. Jarvis tries to run it. Did he manage to pile it ahead? They're going to say he got it. Ethan Jarvis with the first down. Jarvis and Joe Latito, both sophomores, now replacing the senior backs Aiden Hart and Justin Jocelyn late in this game. It's Monadnock looking to see what they might have in their backfield in the years to come after Jocelyn and Hart graduate. They come out in the flex bone. Joe Latito in motion this time. He gets the give. He barrels on ahead for a big gain of about 7 or 8 yards. But the time is winding down, and it looks like this game is going to be in the books, folks. There's your final horn. And your final score, the Newport Tigers 41, the Monadnock Huskies 14. So Monadnock's undefeated streak comes to an end, and their record falls to 3-1, while Newport improves to 3-1 on their season. A bunch of big runs for Newport led the way here. They finished with 2 rushing touchdowns by Jagger Lovely, including a 72-yarder. They had 2 touchdowns by Marius Edwards, including one that I think went for about 53 yards. They had 1 touchdown by Devin Haino that went for about 43 yards. And then they had 1 touchdown scored by Josh Sharon, who recovered a fumble by Edwards and ran it in for the first score of the game, and also had a couple of big runs that set up some of the shorter scores. For Monadnock, their first score came at the start of the second quarter on a 1-yard dive by Justin Jocelyn, who then got his own 2-point conversion, but then they were held off the board due to a combination of short gains and turnovers, until finally finding the end zone again in the fourth quarter on a 29-yard pass from Nate Doyle to Zion Carroll, their 4th scoring connection in 2 games. That wraps up the scoring, and that wraps up the action here at Newport Middle High School in Newport, New Hampshire. Once again, your final score, Newport 41, Monadnock 14. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for listening. Have a nice day.